to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. Business is back to usual at the port of Cadiz after a tank fire forced hundreds of people to evacuate. The local elementary school moved students to a different location for fear of an explosion. The response was a joint effort between local law enforcement, fire departments, and the port of Cadiz. The fire was out in under 2 hours and everyone was safe. We became aware of smoke from the top of the storage tank, the kind you typically see from petroleum products or chemicals, issuing some black smoke, said David Yarbrough. Port Director David Yarbrough said they sounded an alarm and sent a mass text to let people know what was happening. At first, the Port Authority recommended people stay in place, but then recommended evacuation. The wind was out of the east, blowing due west. We said the north half of the port. We advise you to evacuate, he said. Cadiz schools nearby also decided to move students at the Helen Paul Learning Center to another building out of caution. They moved almost 500 students in 20 minutes. We made the decision. Given the circumstances, we need to move our students, said Samuel Brown. So at that time, we made phone calls. We had a very fast response. Cadiz Schools Police Chief Samuel Brown said it was a success and parents were all in the loop during the evacuation. By noon, the all clear was given for students to go back to their classrooms and for business to go about as usual at the port. We're thinking about safety, Yarbrough said. We don't know what that is, what's going to happen, so we get people out of harm's way. The tank caught fire when welders were working on the top of it and the tank was empty. Statement from tank owner Holly Energy Partners at approximately 8:57 a.m. on Feb 15. We responded to a fire inside one of our tanks in Cadiz. Okay, we immediately initiated our emergency response plan and the fire was extinguished at approximately 10:40 a.m. All I'm saying is this is just more than coincidences, right? So we had the whole fiasco that happened down what was it in Cleveland, if I'm correct. Somebody can correct me in the comment section. Um then we ended up having another accident, if you can call it that, in Arizona, right? Arizona authorities issued evacuation shelter in place orders after nitric acid spill, right? And now we have this here, and they did the same thing yet again. Was like, hey, we're going to order an evacuation for any of the residents or any of the businesses directly in the area, yada yada yada, right? And some people would say like, "Oh, these are just coincidences. Stuff happens. It just seems like everything's happening all together. Just because everything's being reported in the times we live in, where the information can just go from one thing to another. Da 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 da. It's like nah, like directly in front of your face, they're showing you what it is that they're doing. They're poisoning the areas. They're poisoning the ground. They're poisoning the atmosphere. They're poisoning the water. They're poisoning the food. They're poisoning the soil. Like this is clear cut exactly what it is that they're doing. And they're repeatedly doing it because they can. They understand that certain things are transpiring that's directly out of their control. So they're going to try to do a variety of things in order to have some type of control, in order to gain some type of control. And the main thing that I keep telling people is like, yo, this is why it is very important. It is imperative that people start, looking at videos about agriculture, reading up on agriculture. This is why I've quite some time throughout the years, whenever I happen to do live streams of videos, uh, I bring up one of the brothers who has, been a part of this channel for a minute, which is Cross-Eyed Cricket. And the brother and his family, they got their own farm where they basically have their own everything pretty much. They have their own eggs, they have tomatoes, um, cucumbers, like any type of vegetable, they pretty much, got that. They also have their own milk as well. They're pretty much self-sufficient. And this is why, I happen to put that stuff out there because I want you guys to know and understand that, yo, we need to prepare. We can't be the only ones directly out here. Um, seeing a lot of this stuff happen, and then we don't know what, once everything hits the fan, we're just lost. We don't know what to do. Everybody else is doing what it is that they're supposed to do, but we're the ones that's trying to figure out. We're the ones trying to work with other people in order to now get that information, right? So again, I'm hoping that people are really paying attention to the things that are transpiring. I hope that people are transpiring because it's going to get worse before it gets better. Everything is pretty much nothing but distractions. Again, what you got? The Grammys. You just had the Super Bowl and Super Bowl halftime show. You got all these other award shows going on and all these other things. They're stopping you from paying attention. They're stopping you from looking at, the food, the ground around you. They're stopping you from paying attention to the technology. Case in point, they just recently, I saw a video where they stated that they have. I'll probably do a little video on it after this, but I'll mention it here. They have an AI robot that is programmed with a exact, area of reference of, let's say, a bathroom. The robot basically, knows the bathroom, what it is that it has to spray, how it cleans and all that. It has everything that it needs. And it also knows that, hey, my levels are low on the chemicals that I need to clean the bathroom. Let me go to the third floor, and refill. It can go up and down the floors. Like, you people don't even understand what is transpiring here. You have the transference of a lot of the standard issue jobs that we would normally see people doing, like janitorial jobs. You're going to see robots going through hallways doing these things. Soon enough, what they're going to start doing with a lot of these businesses, instead of having people hiring cleaning services, they're going to have the rooms set up in such a way that they can send a program directly to the robot, and the robot is going to go through every single room throughout, the night, and he's going to clean and he's going to replace the bags, and more than likely, probably have them vacuum the floor or something like that. Like, a lot of the standard issue jobs, like, people do not understand, and this is one of the main reasons why I was trying to highlight the issues when dealing with fast food, and how it is that you have black people deciding that, hey, I got this job, but I want to fight in this job as well. I want to do all of this other type of stuff, and people wanted to get mad at me because I wanted to highlight that. But you already got robots that can flip burgers. So let's see, if I was a businessman, which one would I rather do? Would I rather spend a lot of money up front that I'm going to recoup later on, just hiring like a robot that's not going to, need any sick days? I don't have to worry about the robot getting pregnant. I don't have to worry about the robot getting into an accident or getting sick or doctor's visits or having to go to the kids' doc. I'm going to go for the robot. I'm not even going to list the examples for the human beings. I'm going to go for the robot. I can get a warranty on a robot. I can have maintenance come through like once every, what, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And I can basically hire as few people as possible to run my restaurant, which means that is more money for me by way of sales, by way of me not having to really dole out for premium insurance or anything like that. I don't really have to worry about customers like, hey, I didn't get my order. My orders, no, that order pretty much 99.9% of the time, that order is going to be right. And it's going to be done to a T, and it's not going to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Whatever you send directly through the machine, that's what the computer is going to read, and that's exactly what you're going to get. And if customers want to argue with the robot, it's it's no arguing. Like I said, all of that normalcy that people used to see, like, oh, why is my order taking so long? All they doing is talking and yada yada yada. All that's cut out. All that's cut out. They already have the kiosks where, they can directly have people come in and, just touch the little kiosk and make their order, and then you just wait for your order, and then you leave. Like I said, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, but a lot of people not really paying attention. People worried about, everything else, and trying to be, right about this, that, and the third, versus paying attention to the here and now and the things that are going on, and figuring out ways to adjust and adapt to everything that is transpiring, versus, going out the way of the dinosaurs. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of people. A lot of people are not going to catch the wave and, try to figure out, how it is that they can fit amongst all of these brand new changes. And these changes are going to be fast, they're going to be continuous, and they're going to hit hard. It's going to be continuous, back to back to back upgrades, changes, advancements in technology. A lot of people are going to be lagging behind. They're going to be struggling to catch up. And those are going to be a lot of the people that are going to have issues when it deals with a brand new workforce and everything else that's coming up. But anyways, I'm pretty sure I went into a rant, into, something completely different versus the actual story. But, hopefully you guys can actually take something from it, and, hopefully go out there, educate yourselves on a variety of things that are, going on, or maybe some stuff that you might not even really pay attention to. Start paying attention to it now.